Hello, I'm Marco Lime and this is my second portfolio. Today I'm going to be talking about 5 tips to improve your public speaking. First is practice. As the video said, if you think you don't need to practice, you are setting yourself up for failure, which is completely true. I mean, if you want to get better at something, at whatever, you have to practice every time you can. Like, you can never get enough. You have to practice and become better at it. Practice every day, every time, and suddenly you'll get just way better at it. And you can practice everywhere. You can practice by talking to yourself in the mirror, a sibling, your parents, a friend, just to hear you out. Second is listening. To listen, yes. There's a saying that, you have one mouth and 2 ears, which means that you have to listen twice as much as you speak. Yeah. So you have to listen. You have to be open for critics because some are not really good, some are not constructive, but some of them are, and that help you to improve your speaking. You have to listen anyone you can. You have to listen every critics possible and just try to get better. Third, you have to record and watch yourself. Yeah, that's actually really painful because nobody feels comfortable the first time you record yourself and you watch it. And you play it over. It's just horrible. Your voice is not really good as you want it to be, but that's fine because you have to get better at it, and that's the best way. You record yourself, you watch it plenty of times, it stops being painful and starts being helpful. And when you think that your recording of your voice and your video is really good, then you're up to go. You're ready. 4, it's to be honest. To be honest. You have to be honest with yourself. You are not the best. You're learning. You're trying to get better. You're not the top of it. You understand? Like, you have to be humble. You cannot be, oh yeah, I'm the best. I don't need to practice. I'm above average. Yeah, no. You might be, but you have to be honest with yourself, and you have to know when you're failing to get better. 5, you have to know your audience, which is really important, and also know the subject. What does that mean? Well, that means that imagine you have to do a presentation, and you're doing the presentation to young kids, children. Imagine children, and you go to a presentation, you do your slides, all stuff, and then you start speaking, and you use like some complicated words that they might not just get it, and that will ruin the flow of the presentation because they'll not get what you're talking about. Maybe your presentation it looks good, you're talking good, you're expressing well yourself, but the words are not yet appropriate. In the other case, imagine like you're talking, that you have a presentation with maybe old people or real professional people, business people, and you start talking with slang. You start using not the correct words, a little childish. That's also bad. Also, you have to know the subject. You are about to speak in public about something. You have to know what you're talking about. You just cannot go up and improvise. You have to. You don't have to be the completely expert, the maximum eminence of what you're talking about, but you have to know what you're talking about. You have to defend yourself, make your points. 5. Yeah, that was 5. Now 6 actually was a bonus, which means take notes. That you need to take notes for what you're doing. Just maybe you're able to memorize everything, just make an amazing presentation. But what if you can't? If you can't, you should not have a script by your hand every time and just like look at it every time. No, you can take little notes with important ideas, and if you get lost, you just pull them out, read, and carry on. Right? That's all. Thank you very much.